Hi guys, it's Ruthie and welcome back to another video. So if you can tell, we have some markers to review today. I'm very excited about these. These are the Windsor and Newton Brushmarkers. I got these, or I ordered them on last Friday and I got them on Wednesday. So yeah, I'm very excited about these. This is the skin tone set. Comes with 6. These are alcohol-based markers. And for the best part, they come with a brush tip. Yay! So excited. Okay, so this cost about $19 regularly, but whenever you add tax and everything, it was about $20, which wasn't too bad. I didn't think for 6 markers, which I think I did the math and it was like maybe $3 a marker or something like that. Or like more, yeah. So $3 and some cents for each marker, which I don't think is just too bad. It's still a little on the pricey side, but I think they might be worth it. So yeah, let's go ahead and open up this little pack so we can take a look at the markers. Okay, so here are the markers, all 6, so let's go ahead and take a look at them closely. So I'm going to zoom in for you guys. Okay, so here they are close up. They have a nice round barrel. It's actually kind of thick. Like it's not super thick, but yeah, I think I would like compare them for like thickness and everything, kind of like the Master Marker. Like it's actually a little bit thinner maybe. Come on, focus. There you go. But yeah, it's actually really similar into the thickness of the Master Markers. So it is a basic matte black like plastic packaging, which is pretty nice. It's got a sticker, which the other ones, come on, you can do it. There we go. Which the other ones, like the Ohuhu and Master, have printing on them. So yeah. Let's see. So we have the brand name and then we have brush markers. So these are actually different from the Pro markers if you've actually seen those. The Pro markers are cheaper, a little bit cheaper, just because they do not have a brush nib. They actually have a little bullet nib, a lot like the Ohuhu markers. So yeah, if you want to give these brands like a try and you're not comfortable with the brush marker and you've been using the bullet nib, definitely recommend you guys trying that. And then on here we have the color name. This one's almond. And we have the little little signs here that say this is the chisel nib and the brush nib. And yeah, then we have some like information on here, alcohol based, made in China, all of that stuff. And then we have the barcode. Okay, so I actually really like having this shaped cap. The only thing, they don't stick on each other, which is something actually I really like having in a marker, so that they're not rolling around everywhere. But you know, these, since they are round, they do kind of tend to roll a little bit more. But on these, you actually have a little notch right here. It's like supposed to like keep them from rolling. It actually holds them pretty well, which I was kind of surprised by. Yeah, so that's pretty nice. So on the other end of the cap, we actually have the color number. We don't have the color name, which is a little bit disappointing when you're trying to like, if you're laying them in a little thing, you can't really see what color it is, but you have to like look at the number. So that's a little bit frustrating. But yeah. So let's go ahead and take a look at the brush nib. So here you go. It's actually really, oh, it's so nice. It's actually really soft and flexible, which is amazing. It is still firm, but actually like so flexible. Like if you can see, it doesn't like stop bending here. It goes all the way like this, which is awesome. So like I'm looking at the tip. So far the tip isn't fraying, which is good. So that's really nice. And then here is the chisel nib, which is actually very nice. It's like very sharp and crisp, which is looking good. So let's go ahead and actually swatch these out. I'm actually using different paper this time. I'm using some Bristol board paper. Actually, it's like Bristol paper. I'm not really sure what qualifies as like, or classifies Bristol board. So yeah. So let's go ahead and try this out. Wow, oh my gosh, the flexibility. Come on, it's not wanting to focus today. The flexibility of this brush nib is incredible. I'm really surprised at how flexible they are. So actually they kind of remind me a lot of the Prismacolor markers. I'm just like marking my finger all up today, but like the bullet nib, or no, not bullet nib. The brush is actually really similar, I think. Yeah, so here it is in comparison with the Prismacolor. They're actually very similar. This one's a little bit more flexible, I think, and it's slightly smaller, like more slender, I think. So yeah, so they're very similar if that's something you want to compare them to. But this one doesn't have a chisel, it just has a bullet nib. Okay, so there's that one, and I'm actually going to go ahead and swatch the rest of these, and then we'll label them. Okay, so here are the swatches. They actually look really nice. One thing I do notice is that they do not really match up with the color on the like sticker, which is kind of like understandable due to it is printed and this is like an actual marker. But still, I would rather have like it actually kind of close. Even like the little cap is still kind of off. So yeah, that is a little bit disappointing, but I don't really just mind it too much as long as you like have a swatch key and everything like that. There was also something else I wanted to try. So like if I kind of did like with my Micron and kind of let it dry for a second, what would happen like if I went back over it with a marker? I haven't tried, I haven't tried that one yet, so I'm interested to see if like it smudges or anything. So let's try the blush. So by the way, like as I was saying earlier, the colors don't really match up with the markers because this actually looks more like the blush and this actually looks more like the almond. So yeah. So let's go over. Yeah, it does kind of smudge. I'm not sure if I need to wait to let it dry a lot more. I actually have another drawing, or a drawing, not another one, but like a drawing that I had done before. Like I just ordered them, and it's like really hard for me to explain for some reason. But once I ordered my markers, I went ahead and drew something that I could like test them out like a person. So I did draw a person, and I inked it. So yeah, I'm interested to see how well they work with that, because that ink has been there for several days now, so I'm interested to see how well it holds up. So I'm trying to think. Oh yes, they do bleed a little bit. This is actually on Bristol paper, and it's actually pretty like that's like the bend sound, I guess. But it does bleed just a little bit. That's why I had my mat down, which I'm gonna like bring it back out. But yeah, the bleed isn't too bad, but I feel like if you went over it with several layers, then it would. Here's the bleed on marker paper. and this is it on the Bristol. So yeah, I also did like a little test person right here. Not the best drawing, but I just wanted to like really work out the markers. And here I combined it like some of my brush markers here with an Ohuhu marker, which I'll show you guys in a second, just because I felt like the colors here were a little bit darker than I wanted them to be. They do have a good variety of dark colors, but for some of the characters that I like to draw, I want a little bit of a lighter skin tone. So I needed something a little, because like the almond is the lightest color that they have, and it's very ashy. So you can see here. Yeah, so like, and this is the dusky pink, which is also very, very dark. And they're kind of grayish, they're not very warm and yellowy like skin kind of is. But yeah, so we're gonna give them a try and see how well they work. Here's also how well they blend. I forgot to mention that, but they do blend really, really well. Come on. There we go. Just look at this. They blend so nicely. This one is the almond and blush, and look how pretty. This is the saddle brown, and this one's actually kind of harder to see on camera. This is the saddle brown and burnt sienna, and this is the praline and dusky pink. So yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom back out for you guys so you can see the whole drawing. So 1 second. Okay, so here is the drawing that I did. I actually really liked how it turned out. It is a little bit stiff, but I feel like I did pretty good on it. I was pretty pleased with it, and like I have like these little background drawings that are like, or background pieces that I want to incorporate. Not completely sure on how I want the color scheme to go. So first I'm just gonna do the skin and we'll figure out the rest, because this is mainly about these markers and like the skin tones. So yeah. Okay, so I grabbed my mat, and I'm also going to grab this Ohuhu marker. This is the pastel peach. Now if you guys watch my blending, like playing with my alcohol markers and everything, I use this one when I work with lighter skin tones, just because it has a nice base color that you can really build up with the other colors. So yes, these colors do build up really, really well. Lots of layers that you can add on to, and they all blend really, really nicely together. So I'm guessing maybe start with the neck. I'm actually really, really nervous because like I did scan this before, so I had to have it like a digital copy, but I'm still really nervous. Okay. Whew. I did leave a light sketch up underneath, or like sketch lines right here to kind of indicate where the shadow would be, just very lightly, so I didn't have it like smudging anywhere or anything like that, just to kind of indicate that, so I know what to shade. This drawing actually took me quite a while. I think it may have took me an hour or so to do. So yeah, sorry if I'm not talking a lot, just because I'm like really trying not to run the marker and the white together, so yeah. Okay, so there's that part. Alright. So I think, I'm so nervous. I'm gonna grab my almond color. Where's the almond? I think I'm gonna be basically using like at least 3 colors with these. I'm gonna use like, I might use the praline, the saddle brown, and burnt sienna for the hair. I'm not sure, just because I am going for a lighter skin tone on this one. So let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and take that almond and try kind of make a little shadow here. Okay, so far I'm really liking this look. So I'm gonna go back in before it dries with my Ohuhu Marker in Pastel Peach. One thing I wanted to mention about the purchasing, there is a total of 72 colors in the brush markers. The only thing is you can't really get them in all 72 in one set. You kind of have to buy them individually. So yes, you can buy these markers individually on their website, which I think is really, really great for refills and everything. So that's definitely something I might actually look into for future references. Okay, so far, here's what we got. They're actually blending really, really nicely together, which is really awesome. So I'm gonna go in again with my almond color, trying not to smudge it anywhere. Okay, and then I'm also going to go in with my dusky pink just on the tip here. Try not to get it onto the chin. Okay, so there we go. This is looking pretty good so far. I'm actually really, really liking how it's turning out. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead with my almond, go up under the necklace right here just a touch. And then go one more layer with the Ohuhu. Just softening it up. There we go. And then go in with almond and like a little dip at the neck here. Okay, so here we go. This is the start. I'm actually really, really happy with it. This is like something that I rarely ever do. But yeah, I'm so excited. I really like how it's turning out. Okay, so the rest I think I might do a little bit of a time lapse, and if I come up with like or want to say anything, I will definitely like come in. But I'm just gonna do a little show and then kind of figure out how I'm gonna do this. Okay, so I have my base color of the Ohuhu marker, and it turned out slightly patchy, which is okay. And I did have a little bit of smudging on the nose, and that was just like part of the sketch, which was on me. So now I'm going to go in with my almond brush marker and add in some light shadows. So let's see. And also something I'm noticing about these markers is that whenever you lay them down, they're actually a lot lighter once they dry. So, something I'm noticing about this paper. So it kind of bows. Do you guys see that? Yeah, it's kind of bowing on me. That's a little frustrating. I haven't actually used this with markers yet, so, okay, so that's interesting. Okay, so here's what I have so far, and that was just like some basic shading there. There we go, that's on. Now I'm going to go in with my dusky pink and do a little bit of a darker shading in here. So add in some of the ear, kind of up against the hairline, where the hair would be, or is. Okay, so here's kind of what we've got going. I am kind of all over the place with my shadows. Not really. I think I'm a little confused on where my shadow actually is. So that's a little work that needs to be done. I keep wanting to stick it on the end. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with my blush, kind of on the nose here. Okay, so here is the blush, and it's a little dark, so I am gonna go over with the skin tone. Hopefully it'll lighten up just a touch. So I'm interested to see how much it actually lightens up, because my shadows actually have lightened up quite a bit. So here is kind of what we have going on right now. So yeah. Okay, so here it is, and I think this is as dry as it's gonna get. So I'm actually gonna go back in with my almond and add shadows in once again. Okay, so I went ahead and added a couple more shadows, and here's what it's looking like. I am really, really happy with it. Yeah, I think this line is actually kind of bothering me, so I'm gonna see if I can erase it. But so far, I'm really, really liking the way these are blending together. And guys, you don't know how amazing it feels if you've been working with a chisel tip and a bullet nib for a while. Just having a brush nib is amazing. You guys don't know how awesome it is if you've never used one before. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so I'm trying to think if I want to do anything else to it. I'm a little nervous because I actually really like the way it looks already. Okay, so there we go. I think that is the skin. I really am happy with this. I really like the way it turned out. So hopefully I won't mess up the rest of the drawing. So the hair, I think, is what I might do next. Actually, I'm going to finish up doing the face. So I'm going to do the lips next. So I'm going to do that with the Ohuhu markers. Okay, so here are the lips, and I actually used the Praline brush marker to add a couple of shadows, which I don't know if you can really just see them, but I do like the way they looked, and yeah. Okay, so I think the face is just about done. I really, really like it. I'm very pleased with it. So yeah, I'd always really liked the way the drawing turned out, but I never imagined what it'd be like in color, and I'm really, really happy with how it's turned out. So, do we mark the end? Oh no! And there's a little dot there. Well, that stinks. Maybe I can use my little white gel pen and kind of blot it out. Hopefully that'll work. But yeah, so I think for the hair, not sure if I want to do brown. I think I might do brown and kind of use some of my master markers. I have this hazelnut one, which might work. Adding in with the saddle brown and the red sienna. So these are skin tones, but I decided since they're already here and because I really, really have fun using the brush marker, I think I'm gonna go ahead and use them for the hair as well. So I'm trying to think of what do I want to have these white pearls? I don't want to do them a fun color. I don't know. I think I might save that till the end and kind of figure out how I want everything to work out. So, time for the hair. Okay, so here's my base color for the hair. I really like this color on her. So I think I'm actually gonna kind of stick with this color and do kind of like a lighter, maybe like a dirty blonde kind of color. So now I'm gonna go back in with my dusky pink. Maybe, let's see, I just kind of like add some darker spots in the hair. See how well it shows up. Okay, so I went, like I said, I went back in with the dusky pink and I added some darker spots, but it wasn't as dark as I wanted to. So maybe, wonder if I could go over it again. So there's like spots and it'd be that dark. So definitely like doing it darker around the head because her hair's behind the head. There's naturally going to be some shadow right there. Tobin! Okay, so I think it helped a little bit. It's still not quite as dark as I wanted to like it to be. I don't know if I have any other markers that would work on it. Like I may have like some of my master markers that are in like a nude color that might match it actually really well. But I don't know. Let's see. I'm kind of afraid to go over it with a different marker. I don't know. I might just leave it as it is. So, yeah, I think I'm actually gonna leave it. I keep going back over with this marker. Oops, wrong color. But this is the blush. Let's see. What happens if I go over it with this one? Not so bad. Let's see. I think that might be okay. Yeah, so let's see. I think all that's left is kind of like the jewelry and then the shirt and overalls. I'm still like really nervous on coloring the overalls just because it's a very dark blue. I might actually look at a video and see if there's like something I see with someone doing markers and that dark color, because I really like working with pastels just because it's safer. You can like really build up the color to actually make it look a lot darker. So yeah, maybe I can figure out something to do. Okay, so here it is all done. I really like how it turned out. I was super pleased with it. I love these markers. I think they work really well. Definitely recommend you guys checking them out. There will be links in the description box below for you guys if you want to look at them. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I had a lot of fun with this. So yeah, thank you guys, and I will see you next week. Bye!